Hi, my name is Robert Shelley with Chelle Law, and my law firm assists physicians with employment contract issues. Today, I'm going to talk about a physician as an employee versus an independent contractor. So let's kind of break down both. So if you're an employee, you will receive a W-2 at the end of the year. It just summarizes all the compensation you've received and then all the taxes that have been withheld from it. If you're an independent contractor, you will not receive a W-2. You'll receive a 1099 at the end of the year. And that's just a summary of the compensation received from that business. And no taxes are withheld as an independent contractor. So let's just take kind of the relationship between the two. And let's start with when you're an employee. So when you're an employee, you're going to receive all the benefits of normal employment. So they're going to pay for your malpractice insurance. They're going to pay for your health, vision, dental, life, disability, retirement, any privileging, credentialing, continuing medical education. They'll probably provide you with moving expenses and their signing bonus. You get a lot of kind of ancillary benefits as an employee. As an independent contractor, you're not going to get any of those things. They're not going to pay for your dues or fees. It's possible they'll pay for your annual premium for your malpractice insurance. I find that's hit or miss. It's very rare if you have a claims made policy that they would pay for tail insurance. So that's something you're going to have to worry about as well. And then all of the other things, you're going to have to pay for yourself. You're going to have to find your own health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, you get disability, life, you set up your own retirement, whatever you decide which way to go. All of that falls upon the physician if you're a 1099 independent contractor. Now, for some, ultimately you come out ahead compensation wise. So as a 1099, you can deduct all of those things that I just talked about. So there are some tax advantages to being an independent contractor. I'm not a tax attorney. I'm not going to get into the specifics of that, but what I would suggest reaching out to an accountant that has experience with that, and they can kind of walk you through what is the most advantageous, compensation / tax situation for you. It's going to be very specific to the job. If someone asks me, or potentially they had the option of either being an employee or an independent contractor, there's a number of factors that have to be taken into account. I find it's pretty rare for it to be the option of the physician. Normally the position is it's either going to be this or that. It's not up to you. I mean, it's very rare when I review a contract that we have to have a discussion of, all right, well, I do have two options and I also have two contracts. Which way do you think I should go? For most physician-owned businesses, they just simply don't give the option to the physician. It's either one or another. Now, maybe you have two separate jobs and one is an independent contractor and one is an employee, and then you'll have to make the determination of what situation is best for you. But it really depends upon the physician. I find some physicians who work as independent contractors do a couple of things wrong. One, they don't know where to go to get all of the things that a normal employer would provide them. So all of those insurances and retirement and that type of thing. And they're just not the type of person that is maybe good at handling that side of their life. And then two, with no taxes being withheld from your compensation, I find many of them spend what they get, and then either they're not giving their quarterly payments to the government, or at the very end of the year, they have an enormous tax bill that they were maybe shocked that they have to pay out. So if you are going to be an independent contractor, you really need to be on top of, all right, I need to withhold or set aside this amount from each paycheck that I'm getting from the business. And that way at the end of the year, you're not like completely screwed as far as getting together all the money that needs to be paid for your taxes. It's probably safer and more secure to be an employee versus an independent contractor. Usually the notice requirement to terminate the agreement is shorter as an independent contractor, meaning either party can get out of the agreement with not much notice to the other. Now, as a physician, continuity of care always has to be taken into account. So if you're an independent contractor, unless you are in some kind of specialty where it's just like shift work, or maybe if you're in anesthesia and you just pop in, you do case and you leave. But if you are a physician that has a patient base and you're providing care to them, if you just tell your employer, hey, I'm not coming in tomorrow, there will be some continuity of care issues that could lead to some board complaints or other problems down the road. So that needs to be taken into account as well. What is the notice requirement to terminate the contract? It's usually 60 to 90 days if you're an employee, whereas if you're an independent contractor, you won't see much notice periods less than 30, but sometimes it might be 2 weeks, as low as 2 weeks for an independent contractor agreement. So that's a little breakdown between being an independent contractor versus being an employee as a physician. As I said before, really need to kind of look at the situation and then determine compensation-wise, does it make the most sense, taking into account the tax deductions and that type of thing. Now, if you have any questions about your employment agreement or independent contractor agreement, you can always call my law firm at the phone number listed below in the description, or you can reach us through our website, chellelaw.com. If you did enjoy this video, please like or subscribe to the channel. We release videos every single day, and hopefully we can provide some informational content. If you have any questions, let us know. I appreciate you watching the video. Thanks.